I'm going to teach you how to catch a debt collector and win. So I've been talking about refusal to pay letters for over 3.5 years now because people don't understand the impact that this can have when you're dealing with a debt collector that's harassing you or just any debt collector that's trying to collect on you. This can really put the kibosh on the entire situation very fast, okay? So we're going to cover what a refusal to pay letter is and how to use it properly. I want you to understand that this is not legal advice and this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, okay? That's a disclaimer right there. So what is a refusal to pay? Now, a lot of people use what are called cease and desist letters. Cease and desist letters, they do work, okay? But the reason why you want to use this instead of a cease and desist letter, it's not as aggressive and it seems very innocent, okay? That's why you want to use this instead of a cease and desist. So a refusal to pay is very similar, but not exactly the same thing. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to stop them from harassing you and catch them at the same time so you can sue them. Now, whenever I say suing a debt collector, people start to freak out and they're like, how am I going to sue them? I don't have the money to sue them. How much is this going to be? How expensive is it going to be? People start freaking out, okay? I wouldn't tell you that you can sue a debt collector and not tell you that you're going to have to pay them, okay? That you're going to have to pay for legal representation. Well, here's the catch, ladies and gentlemen. I work with a lot of legal teams across the United States. We refer files to some of the biggest law groups in the United States. So if you follow this to a T and you catch a debt collector violating your rights, all you have to do is reach out to me, and you need to make a copy of what you sent. So the letter that you sent, you need to make sure that you send it with return receipt. So send certified with return receipt that shows that they signed for it, okay? This is very important that you do this. If you don't do this, then we can't use it against them, okay? But I got plenty of places and legal teams that we can send this to so we can get you help. And you can sue them and it costs you $0 out of pocket. And the point of this is so you can sue them to absolve of the debt and just smash it and they can't do anything else with it ever again. So how does this work when you get a legal team involved is the biggest question, right? So the letter is very important and the proof that you send it certified mail and they sign for it. Once you have that, it is set in stone. We send your file over to the legal team. The legal team contacts you. They charge you nothing out of pocket. They take their money out of whoever they're going to sue. That's the best part about this, okay? So you don't have to worry about legal fees. When you work with a really good consumer law attorney or a good consumer law group, you're going to not have to pay them out of pocket because guess what? They're going to find every violation that they can to go after this debt collector or the credit bureaus or whoever they are, and they won't charge you anything out of their pocket because they know that they're going to win and they're going to take their fees out of whoever they're going to sue. Or they can do arbitration, okay? Do arbitration to try to resolve this issue also. That is another secondary option. But with this specific case, they want to go after the debt collector and sue them, and they usually negotiate and it never even gets to a lawsuit. But if it gets to a lawsuit, it can get really good at that point. All right, so we're going to put it up on the screen right here. I'm not going to try to complicate things, but this is 1692CC, okay? I want to make it really clear. We're not going to make anything too confusing here. So we're going to talk about this communication in connection with debt collection, okay? Now, we're going to put up the specific section, which is the CC part, okay? If a consumer notifies a debt collector in writing that the consumer refuses to pay the debt or that the consumer wishes the debt collector to cease further communication with the consumer, the debt collector shall not communicate further with the consumer with respect to such debt. This is why it's called a refusal to pay, because we're going to refuse to pay, but in a very human way, not something that sounds like it's coming from someone that wrote a template, okay? We want to make it simplified so it's not to be looking like it's coming from a lawyer or, a Creditrepair company. You want to make it very simple. All right, legal disclaimer. This is not legal advice or financial advice. Again, I'm reminding you, do not use this if the debt is more than $3,500. The more the debt is owed, the more danger Will Robinson, okay? You don't want to send it because it can trigger something that you don't want to deal with unless you're just a gangster and you're like, I don't care. okay? I'm going to give you the information. You use it as you please. Now, I'm going to put it up on the screen right here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So they can only contact you for 3 reasons after you send that letter, certified mail with return receipt, and you have proof, okay? To advise the consumer that the debt collector's further efforts are being terminated. We ain't talking to you anymore, bro. We got your letter. That's what they're telling you. 2, to notify the consumer that the debt collector or creditor may invoke specified remedies which are ordinarily invoked by such debt collector or creditor, meaning they might send a legal team after you, okay? Other one, part 3, where applicable, to notify the consumer that the debt collector or creditor intends to invoke a specified remedy, meaning they're going to send some lawyers after you. So understand, this is the only 3 reasons why they can contact you. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. That way you find out every time we drop new content, you're going to hear about it first, okay? Now, if you want me to talk about specific topics, more about debt collectors, credit cards, credit repair, whatever, drop it in the comments. Drop some emojis so we can get this video going so more people can get the help that they need, okay? Now, if you haven't already, hit that bell notification. That way you find out every time I go live or when I drop new content. You're gonna hear about it first. And if you're looking to work on your credit, we are a full service credit management company. We created the first, most advanced DIY program in the industry. For $50 a month, we will create your custom Metro to attack letters, email them to you, you print them, you mail them, and you're done for $50 a month. That's amazing. It's just that simple. You don't have to read any modules. You don't have to learn how to be a professional, okay? You don't have to read all these books and all this nonsense. No, we cut all that out, okay? And also, if you're looking to do full service, we do offer a full service Metro to attack program. We offer a pre-litigation full service that is designed to sue, okay? And we also offer an identity theft program for people that have real identity theft issues, okay? So always remember, you can always find all of those links in my description. All of my trusted links are always in my description, or if you request it, on the video, we'll drop it in the comment section also for you if that's what you need. But always remember, last part's the most important. I'm going to give you a serious gem. Now, don't worry. I'm going to put the letters up at the end of the video, but I have to tell you all these things that you need to understand before we put the letters up in the video, okay? So now, here's a really good, important thing that you need to understand. This is a hidden gem that a lot of people don't know about. So whenever you communicate to a debt collector, if you are married, you can communicate on behalf of your husband. If your husband can communicate on behalf of you, the wife. So you can send a letter for each one of you, and they have to find that person and they have to handle it, okay? Because I'm gonna put it up on the screen right here. Right here, it clearly states consumer defined. The purpose of this section, the term consumer includes the consumer's spouse, parent, if the consumer is a minor, guardian, executor, and administrator. So this is a huge gem that can help you trip up a debt collector whenever you're trying to communicate back and forth with them. Again, the wife can send it for the husband, and the husband can send it to the wife, and you have to be very clear who you're trying to send it for, and they're gonna fumble this, okay? Because debt collectors suck at what they do every day. All right, so we covered everything we need to cover about what a refusal to pay letter really is and how it works, okay? Now, I'm gonna put up, there's gonna be 2 letters, and I'm gonna put up on the screen. One, I'm gonna do them one at a time, okay? Now, the first one, it says, I just looked over my credit report and noticed an account from you showing. I refuse to pay this debt or any other that you are showing for me. Please do not contact me any further. As you can see, we just use an example, okay, of a debt collector, their address. We put Dear Debt Collector, okay? Or you could put Dear LVNV Funding or whoever the debt collector is. Make sure you put the account number on there also, your name, your full mailing address. Send it certified mail with return receipt. This specific letter is to be used only if it's on your credit report, okay? Now remember, you can send this, the wife can send this for the husband, and the husband can send this for the wife. You can do that, use that to your advantage. All right, so the other one didn't have your date of birth. You can put your date of birth on it, the amount that's owed, and the account number. Always remember that. Listen, people are gonna say, no, you don't wanna give them your date of birth. They don't have that. Debt collectors can find all the information they want on you. They can go into LexisNexis and all these third-party reporting companies and pay to have access to your information. They may not have your social, so never give your social. They may have it, okay? Depends on the debt collector, honestly. But you're not hiding anything from a debt collector like people want to act like you're incognito or something. They have the information. Trust and believe that. And if they don't, they can easily go find it. So this letter right here, this is for if it's on your credit report, okay? So, my name is John Smith. My date of birth is blah, blah, blah. I have an account with you for $125.25 with account number. I refuse to pay this debt or any other debt you have against me. Please stop contacting me regarding the payment of this debt. Sorry, this is for the one that's not on your credit report. So if a debt collector is calling you, communicating with you with letters, whatever it may be, but it's not on your credit report, this is the letter that you're going to use. So make sure you use this one if it's not on your credit report, okay? And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the most simplest and easiest way to attack a debt collector and sue him and win, all right? Thank you for watching as usual, and always remember, subscribe to increase your credit score.